Hi guys, Swans this here, back again for another video on the channel, and it's that time again. I'll be doing my championship predictions for the 2021-2022 season. Who do I think is going to win the league? Who do I think is going to finish bottom of the league? And most importantly, who do I think will finish 15th in the league? Let me know down below what you think of my predictions. Please don't get too angry in the comment section if I put your team too low and you think they should be higher. It's just my opinion at the end of the day. I'm probably going to be wrong. So let's get into it. In 24th place then, I've gone for Derby County. I think this is a pretty sensible choice, to be honest. Derby in a bit of a mess at the moment. Only 8 or 9 senior players fit and available to play. Wayne Rooney's obviously not an experienced coach. Only just managed to help Derby survive last season. They were very close to getting relegated to League One. Of course, they could have some pending points deductions this season because board level is just a mess really with their wages and structure, and they've not submitted the right account. So I think Derby 24th is going to be spot on. In 23rd place then, I've gone for League One winners Hull City to get relegated yet again. I just don't think their squad is good enough at this level to survive. I am impressed with Randall Williams to sign him on a free transfer from Exeter City in League 2, but at the end of the day, is he good enough for this level? We are yet to find out, but it is a good signing. I do like that, and if they do go to League 1, I think he'll be a very good signing in League 1 level. They do have Tom Evans, who did okay in the Championship last season, but again, you probably need more firepower up front because Tom Evans is a very one-dimensional striker. Defensively, again, not great. They haven't got that much experience defensively, and I think they could concede a lot more goals than they will score, so unfortunately Hull will get relegated. In 22nd place then, I've gone for another newly promoted side, but this time it's Peterborough United. I think they have made some good signings. I'm impressed with George Grant, a very good player at League 1 level. It's going to be interesting to see if he can make the step up. Jonathan Clark-Harris, Ricky Dembele, very good League 1 players. Again, can they make that step to Championship, what Ivan Toney did last season? Some good players, they've got Ferguson as their manager. He's been at Peterborough a long time over a few spells. He has finally got them promoted, so fair play for them for that. But yeah, Peterborough have had a couple of great players the last couple of years. Ivan Toney, they had to sell him, but Clark-Harris is a very good striker. He scored a lot of goals last season. Can he do it at this level though? Peterborough, again, I like their attacking players. Like I said, Dembele, Clark-Harris, I think they'll score a few goals this season, but defensively, they've not really made any outstanding Championship signings for experience, unlike, some other clubs like Blackpool signing Richard Keogh, which is a smart signing. So yeah, I think Peterborough will score a lot of goals, but I also think they will concede more than they will score, so Peterborough will go down as well, in my opinion. 21st place, I've got for Huddersfield Town. They've let a lot of players go, they've signed a lot of players, but a lot of them are very inexperienced. Their manager came in last season, he did okay, but again, with Huddersfield, you expect them to finish upper mid-table. They are a pretty big club at this level. They've signed Jordan Rhodes to get some goals, but at the end of the day, Jordan Rhodes, his best days are past him, so, I don't think that's a great signing, to be honest. They've lost Alex Pritchard, who I know didn't do great last season, but he's still a very good player on his day. He cost Huddersfield like £12 million, something mad like that. So for Huddersfield, I do struggle to see where the goals are going to come from. I do struggle to see the creativity, and that's why I've put them so low down. In 20th position, then, I've gone for Blackpool. I think Blackpool will have a good season. I think they will survive. I'm very impressed with Jerry Yates, a very good goal scorer at League 1 level, and I do think he'll make the step up. Like I've said, they've signed 6 players under 23, or 23-1, I should say. So, they're promoting youth. Neil Critchley, former Liverpool under 23, busted a magnificent job last season. They've also signed some experience, like I said, Richard Keogh from Huddersfield Town's a good signing. He'll steady the ship at Blackpool, help them see out games. I just think, Critchley's a good upcoming manager. Richard Keogh's good experience at this level. Jerry Yates is a very good player, and do still have some other good players as well in that team. They also got Gary Medine, who's very experienced. So yeah, I think Blackpool have a good season. I think they'll survive. 18th place, and I've got for Coventry City. I think they could start well, but I think they will fade off, similar to what they did last season. They signed Man Wago from Derby County on a free transfer, which is a good signing, and also Simon Moore from Sheffield United. So they've got 2 very experienced Championship players there. They also signed Victor Gyökeres. Now, we're not going to banter Gyökeres. He's a good option at the end of the day to have. But can they improve on last season? They finished very high last season. I think it was between 14th and 16th in one of those places. So they finished quite high last season considering they came up from League 1. I don't think they'll be able to carry on that great form they had last season, but I still think they'll survive this season. I think Coventry fans will take that. In 18th position, then, they've gone for Preston North End. Haven't really signed any stand-up players. Of course, in January, they lost Ben Pearson, Ben Davis to Bournemouth and Liverpool respectively. They've only got Scott Sinclair, really, who can score a lot of goals. They've also lost Jayden Stockley, who scored a lot of goals for Charlton last season. They've lost Van der Berg from Liverpool, so they've lost a lot of players, Preston. And like I said, they've not really brought any key players in. It's Frankie McAvoy's first full season in charge of Preston. He's still a young coach. Will he be able to show his experience? Will he be able to change games? Will he be able to bring some players in? I don't think so, and that's why I've only got Preston in 18th. I think they could have a bad season. In 17th place, then, I've gone for Reading. A bit of a surprise, really. They did finish quite high up last season, but they also did have Michael Olise and Omar Richards. Both of those have left the club. They've not signed any players that are under a transfer embargo, so they can't sign any players. So, when you're losing 2 of your best players and you can't replace them, that's a big blow. They do still have some decent players. Puskas can score a couple of goals in his day. Lucas João, Yaku Mate. So they've got a good few attacking options. But again, with all 3 of those players, they're quite injury prone. Defensively, they're okay. They do have some good players. Liam Moore, I'm a big fan of. I think he's a very, very good player. And I just think they could struggle. I just think without Omar Richards, without Elise's on the left-hand side, it could, make the team unbalanced, which means they're going to go to the right-hand side a lot and put a lot of pressure on the right-hand side. So, I think Reading could struggle this season, and I think the Reading manager might be sacked if they don't get better than 17th. 16th place then, I've gone for Bristol City. I think this is one bound to happen, to be honest. Bristol City have lost 12 players. The majority of them first-team players. They've lost Jeju, they've lost Liam Walsh, they've lost Mariappa, they've lost Jamie Patterson. They've lost a lot of players. Naki Wells is still there. He is an okay player, but again, very inconsistent. Will he be able to get 15, 20 goals this season in Bristol City to help them get up a mid-table? Probably not. Very injury prone as well. They do have some decent players though. David Bentley in goals, probably one of the best goalkeepers in the Championship at this level. They did have Alfie Mawson last season. He has also left the club. So Bristol City have lost a lot of players. Only brought in Andy King and Matty James really of any known level in the Championship, which is okay signings, I guess. But I just think Bristol City's a bit of an aging squad, to be honest. Haven't got really any good youth players coming through, so I think Bristol City are bound to struggle this year. 15th place, I've gone for Barnsley. Of course, they've lost Vladimir Ishmael and Alex Mount to West Brom respectively. They do still have Corley Woodrow, who's a very, very good striker at this level. They do have Callum Stiles, who had a magnificent season last season with Barnsley. Of course, got them into the playoffs. And they've also lost Connor Chaplin, who was a very, very tricky player on his day. They have brought in Manka Shupp as the new manager, very unknown. Similar to Vladimir Ishmael, very, very much so. Very unknown. Ishmael did a great job. Can Shupp do the same job as well? Who knows? They still have the majority of those centre-backs last season, like Anderson. Mats Anderson had a great season last year. They do still have some defensive reinforcements as well from last year. But I just don't think Barnsley will have the same style as play last year. I don't think they'll probably play this 5-back system, which means Callum Stiles won't be able to influence his style on the game. And I just think 15th isn't bad for Barnsley though. It's not bad. That's where they should have finished last season, but they just overachieved. So I think 5th for Barnsley would be a decent season. In 14th place, then I've gone for Birmingham City. Lee Bowyer's Birmingham City. Of course, Birmingham the last couple of seasons have flirted with relegation, but have survived. Of course, Steve Chong has been, up and coming for the last 15 years. That's all I've been told about from my Man United mates. Oh, look out for Teef Chong, he's an ex-Ronaldo and stuff like that. But I think Birmingham will comfortably survive. Of course, they've got Jukovic, they've got Sam Cosgrove. They do have some other good players. They also got Harley D in defence, was a very, very good player. Neil Etheridge in goal had a bit of a struggle last season, but again, he is still a good player on his day. I think 14th for Birmingham is a fair evaluation of their business and the players they have let go. 13th position then, I've got the Lions, Millwall. Very, very impressed with the signing of Benik Afobe. Of course, has worked under Gary Rowett before, but I think that's a sensational signing. Benik Afobe is a very, very good player. If you can, give him the ball in the box, he will finish. He's a very, very good player at this level. You still have Jed Wallace and Murray Wallace, two of the best players in the Championship for Millwall anyway. The superb players there. Jed Wallace always gets about 10-15 goal contributions this season, and Murray Wallace is one of the best defenders. His clean sheets is ridiculous. Bilakowski in goals, a very, very safe pair of hands as well. He nearly won the Golden Glove last year. He was a couple of clean sheets off actually winning it, so he was unlucky there. But I think Millwall, they're trying to get into that top 10 but they just need that little bit more. I don't know what they can do, but they just need to stop relying on Jed Wallace all the time. But I think Benik Afobe was a sensible sign-in, but I think 13th was where Millwall will finish. In 12th position then, I've gone for Valhatta's Luton Town. Hendry Lansbury from Aston Villa is a good signing, good experienced player at this level. They have lost James Collins or the Cardiff City, who did score the most goals last season. Of course, that's going to be a bit of a blow, but they do have Adebayo. I think that striker they signed last season who looked very, very sharp. They do have some very good players they have signed, very exciting players. They have signed Carlos Mendes, Gorman and Morecambe, and they also have signed Onyedinma from Wycombe Wanderers, two exciting wingers, two young wingers, and two wingers who can really excite the Luton Town fans. So a bit of positivity for Luton. Of course, losing Jim Collins is a blow, but they have brought in some good attacking players, and they have brought a bit of experience as well. So I think 12th for Luton's a fair valuation. In 11th position then, I've gone for Blackburn Rovers. The same story with Blackburn. They should be getting in that top 6 when they got players like Adam Armstrong and Bradley Dack, probably Premier League quality at this level. But the only thing laying them down is probably Tony Mowbray. Good manager at this level, but I don't think he's a manager now to get you into that top 6. They've made no signings, so it's the same squad as last season. They've lost Harvey Elliott, who really helped Bradley Dack and Adam Armstrong last season, so obviously that's a bit of a blow. They do have Tyrese Dolan, a good up-and-coming young player, but again, he don't put too much pressure on his shoulders. So I think 11th place is fair for Blackburn. It would be good to see Blackburn back in the Premier League one day. They're a massive club, have won the Premier League before, but I just think, how long will they be able to keep Adam Armstrong and Bradley Dack for, especially when they've only got Tony Mowbray as manager? That's not being disrespectful to him, but he's not that exciting to watch. Into the top 10 then, and I've gone for a South Wales club, and it's Cardiff City. Cardiff City then, I think they'll have a good season. To be fair, Mick McCarthy is a very, very good manager, very experienced at this level. You're never going to be under relegation threat with Mick McCarthy, in my opinion. I know he got Ipswich relegated before, but that was a one-off. He did very, very well at Ipswich. But yeah, losing Harry Wilson's a bit of a blow, in my opinion. You look at that number 10 situation at Cardiff. You've got Lee Tomlin, who has some problems, and he hasn't been able to stay fit the last couple of years. They got Baguna, who can play there, but he's not that prolific in the attacking stages. They do have Kiefer Moore, and they've brought in James Collins, who are two very, very good strikers at this level. I think James Collins would give good competition to Kiefer Moore, and they could play two up front at times. NG's a very good fullback. Again, Sean Morrison, Aidan Flint, very, very good players. They got two good goalkeepers in Smithies and Phillips as well. So that Cardiff squad is good. I just think if they wanted to get into that top 6, they needed a number 10. They either need to get Harry Wilson back or someone of his stature to come in. They do have money, Cardiff, I will give them that. They do back their manager. Harry Wilson was a good signing on a loan. I just think they're missing that number 10. I know they're saying Ryan Giles from Wolverhampton Wanderers, you can play in numerous positions, but I just think that's where Cardiff could struggle this season in that attacking midfielder role. Next place I've gone for Swansea City. I think I'm overachieving a little bit when I'm predicting Swans this season. We have lost a lot of players, as everyone likes to remind me. Andre, Conor Horahan, Mark Wahe, Freddie Woodman, and more players. We've only brought 3 in. Joel Perue, who has not really played many first team minutes for PSV Eindhoven, Liam Walsh, who's already injured, and Kyle Joseph, who's a bit of a squad player at the moment. So yeah, the signings aren't really exciting at the moment. We have obviously got Russell Martin in, who does play an attractive style of football. Be interested to see how he does. Will we back him? I don't know. We're in August already, and the window's ending in a couple of weeks' time, so he's got a hard job. Season starts in a few days as well. But yeah, I think 9th. I think we could struggle early on, but I think the longer the season goes on, the more implement style we'll see of Russell Martin. The players will get used to his way of playing. And I just think there could be some results now and again where we do drop points. We play well, but we drop points, which is frustrating. But yeah, I think 9th. I'd probably take that as long as we're not in any relegation battle. I'll take that. At the end of the day, we're in a bit of a process, with a new manager. So yeah, I'll be happy with 9th. In 8th place, then I've gone for Stoke City. A very, very frustrating season this for Stoke if they don't get into the top 6. Us and them have just been stuck in the Championship for donkey's years, and you just got West Brom back down here now. But yeah, I think 8th for Stoke could be a little bit harsh. I think they definitely could get into the top 6 of the squad. They got Sam Klukas, Joe Allen, they got Bursic in goal, who's a very good upcoming young goalkeeper. They did let Nathan Collins go, which was a bit of a blow for them. They brought in Ben Wilmot, who's a very, very good Championship defender. Got some other good players, James Chester, other players like that. But yeah, Stoke, I think the reason why I've got them in 8th is because they do heavily rely on Tyrese Campbell's goals. And last season when he did get injured, Stoke did struggle massively. I think they won like 1 in 13 when he got injured at one time. So they do struggle without him. Nick Powell really did step up when Tyrese Campbell got injured, and that could be a frightening duo this season if Tyrese Campbell will get back and fit up and running. I think Powell and Campbell could be a dangerous threat. But I look past Campbell, and who else have they got? Stephen Fletcher. He's not that quick anymore, not that young. So yeah, I think Stoke, if Tyrese Campbell was fit for the start of the season, I probably would put them top 6, but I don't think he is, so I'll stick them in 8th. In 7th position then, I've gone for Neil Warnock's Middlesbrough. Again, some very experienced players coming into Middlesbrough. They've signed Lee Peltier from West Bromwich Albion, and Sammy Amiobi, of course, from Cardiff City, players Neil Warnock from Cardiff City boss. They also signed Ikpeazu from Wycombe Wanderers, who was a very big handful last season. He did score against the Swans as well last season. Fantastic finish that was. They have lost Assombalonga and Fletcher up front, of course, a bit of an attitude problem, but there was goals there between those two, but they have lost those two, and they also have lost George Saville, who has gone back to Millwall, which was a bit of a weird one because he did play a lot last season, and I thought he'd be a decent player. They've also lost Lewis Wing, who I thought was an exciting young player, but of course Neil Warnock doesn't really fancy him, which is fair enough. But yeah, I think Middlesbrough, they haven't got a great squad, but I just think Neil Warnock, out of the squad he has, he'll make them great, if you get what I mean. He'll do great with the resources he has at the club. I think last season did underachieve a little bit when they had Yannick Blassie and Cabano from Fulham and Everton respectively. But I just think, Warnock, he'll do very good this season. He always seems to do well in another season. So I think Warnock will come 7th. So we're into the top 6. The first club in the playoffs in 6th position is Queen's Park Rangers. Bit of a surprise one, but I think QPR are going to have a great season this year. They've signed Charlie Austin, and they've also got Lyndon Dykes, 2 very, very good strikers, and they do play them both. They've also got Elias Che, who I think is definitely top 3 attack midfielders in the Championship. Very, very good player indeed. Mark Warburton had a very good season with QPR last year, really implemented his style on the team, and they've got John Eustace, who's been there a couple of years. I'm still crying, but yeah, we'll forget about it. Yeah, Mark Warburton's a fantastic manager. They've got a fantastic squad. They've got Dieng in goals, a fantastic goalkeeper. They've got some very good experienced players at the back. Robert Dickey with a fantastic season last season. I think QPR, if they can stay fit, if they can stay motivated, and if they can stay complacent, and if they can just stay confident, and most importantly, stay consistent, I think they will get top 6. In 5th position then, I always seem to put this team in the playoffs, and they always seem to just muck me up. I've gone for Nottingham Forest. I predicted them to finish 5th or 4th last season. They finished 18th. I think Forest will get playoffs this season. I think Chris Hughton, like I said, it takes a while for a manager to really, get his style on the players. I think last season when he came in, they struggled a little bit. Then they really did get solid. They were getting clean sheets. They were grinding out 1-0 wins, getting 0-0 draws. They weren't great to watch, but they were getting results similar to Steve Cooper Swansea City's last season. Again, they've not really signed any first-team players. They've signed 1 backup goalkeeper to compete with Bryce Samba. Again, they do still have some good players. Lewis Grabban and Lyle Taylor didn't really exceed expectations last season, especially Grabban. Will he be able to get the goals this season? They've got João Carvalho coming back. Will he be able to get into the team? Of course, very good player. 15 million. He's obviously got talent there, but hasn't really shown it in Nottingham Forest. Of course, they have lost James Garner. Will be able to get him back, but they do still have some good players in that position. But yeah, Joel Worrell, if he stays, that'll be massive for them. They do have some defensive reinforcements at Nottingham Forest, Joe Worrell especially. They do have some others. Of course, they have lost Yuri Ribeiro as well, who I thought had a decent season at Forest last season, but obviously wasn't used enough. Chris Hughton for him to keep him. But yeah, 5th for me, Nottingham Forest. In 4th position, then I've gone for the one of recently relegated Premier League sides, and it was going to be Vladimir Ismail's West Bromwich Albion. I think Vladimir Ismail will finish 4th, and I don't know if that'll be good enough for West Brom. I think they're definitely going to aim towards that top 2. I remember when the former West Brom manager, can't remember his name, Darren Moore, was in the playoffs of West Brom before, and they sacked him in January, and he was 3rd in the league. So yeah, Vladimir Ismail definitely need to get top 2 this year, otherwise I don't know if he'll survive. They have brought in Matt Clark from Brighton on loan, which is a good signing. Did well at Derby last couple of years, and that's out of course from Barnsley. Vladimir Ismail will know him well. They do still have Dean Garner, very, very good player at this level. Carlan Grant, who we didn't really see in the Premier League under Sam Allardyce, but at Championship level he is probably one of the best in the league. Scored 17 goals I think for Huddersfield last time. Will they be able to keep Matthias Pereira and Sam Johnston? At the moment, yes they have, but I don't think they will. Pereira's already stated on Twitter he wants to leave. He's come out with his statement, and Sam Johnston, he's been pretty level-headed. I think Johnson could potentially stay at West Brom. He has stayed in the Championship before, but again, West Brom probably want good money for him. But I think they'll finish 4th. I think a bit of Vladimir Ismail's lack of experience to really get them over the line, and I just don't think they've got good enough squads as the 3 teams are going to put them above them. In 3rd position, then narrowly missing out on the top 2, is going to be Scott Parker's Bournemouth. Very, very impressed with Scott Parker's Bournemouth so far in pre-season. They also did beat Russell Martin's MK Dons 5-0 in the Carabao Cup. No longer MK Dons boss, of course. They have lost Diego Rico, which is a bit of a blow, but they have brought in Davis from Leeds, a very good attacking left back, a youngster, so they've already replaced him, which is good management there from Scott Parker. They've already brought in Emiliano Marcondes, who did score in the playoff final last season. Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Reece, there. But yeah, they still have Steve Cook, Jefferson Lerma, Dominic Solanke, Dan Juma, David Brook. Very, very good attacking players. There is a Premier League squad, in my opinion. I think Scott Parker will obviously have a lot more experience, a lot more knowledge of the game than Jonathan Woodgate. He'll have a formation. Of course, they have lost Asmir Begovic, which is a bit of a blow, really, because he was a good keeper. But of course, I can give one of the youngsters an opportunity to succeed this season. I think, they'll finish 3rd. Will they get playoff winners, though? We'll wait and find out. In 2nd place, then, I'm going to back to finish 2nd and get promoted back to the Premier League, Sheffield United. It's going to be a pretty simple one. I think these will easily get back into the Premier League. Their squad for the Championship is absolutely ridiculous. The only player they've lost from last season is John Lundstrom, who really wasn't that good last season, to be honest. They still got Ollie McBurney. I know people laugh at McBurney in the Premier League Championship level. He's different gravy. Ryan Brewster in the Championship last time was incredible. Billy Sharp, McGoldrick. There's 4 great Championship strikers there. They'd probably get into anyone's team. They've also got some very good players at the back. Aaron Ramsdale is still there. They've got John Egan. you know, Sheffield United squad's ridiculous at the end of the day. And they've also got Jukanovic, who has done it at this level before. I think it's a very, very smart appointment. Of course, losing Chris Ronaldo was a blow. They took their time appointing a new manager, and Jukanovic is an exceptional appointment for Sheffield United. And I think, you know, they're going to breeze the Championship and unfortunately just finish second. In first position then to win the Championship 2021-2022 season, I've gone for West London club Fulham. Fulham, again, very, very good squad. I think I've put them over Sheffield United because I think I just rate Marco Silva a lot. I know a lot of people don't really like him. I think Jukanovic a bit more defensively solid, but I think Marco Silva is just going to go out for goals, and you know that's what you want to see with a team like Fulham. They've signed Harry Wilson for £12 million, very, very good signing indeed. You know, he'll do very well under a manager like Marco Silva. They've still got Alexander Mitrovic. Of course, there's rumours that he was going to leave the club under Scott Parker, but of course he's under a new leaf now. And again, Mitrovic, very, very good striker at this level. They've got Rodak Ogazaniga to choose as their first choice goalkeeper. What a choice that is. You know, they've got two wonderful goalkeepers at Championship level there to pick. They've got Tim Ream, who's a very, very good defender. Bobby Reed, Joe Bryan, who's going to brace on playoff final before, Tom Kenny. You know, I think this is the best squad in the league, and I think they will show it. I think Fulham definitely have the potential to get 100 plus points this season. There are a few tricky teams in that playoff, so like West Brom, Bournemouth as well. But yeah, between Fulham, Sheffield United, Bournemouth, West Brom, it's on the knife edge to get top two. But I'm going to back Fulham to win the league. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Please hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below. Give me your list of the 1st to 24th down below. I'll make sure I heart the comment and I'll react. Let me know whatever team you support. Where do you think you will finish this season? Down below, guys, as well. If you do support a Championship team, do you think I've given your team a fair valuation of their transfer? And do you think I've done well where I've put them in a place? Or do you think I've put them too low or too high? Do let me know down below. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Really, really do enjoy these type of videos. Of course, I am looking forward to the backlash. Of course, it's just my opinion at the end of the day. It's just what I think is going to happen. Probably going to be wrong. Doesn't really matter. It's my prediction. Let's hope I can get more than 4. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
I need one more chance, oh baby, let me show you. I need one more chance, oh.